all the food that you have for this trip, they throw it into a garbage bin. I'm talking everything from when we pull out, every mid-rack, everything. They put it in a huge garbage bin and let it sit outside in the heat.
Ferment.
Just fermenting like old boot liquor. I mean, this stuff is ratchet. Now, once we get to the equator, they'll call out, certain time, in a few minutes we're going to be crossing the equator. All new people want to cross the equator and go through it. You want me to go through?
What was the word? Pollywogs? It was pollywogs.
Yeah, you're pollywogs.
Yeah.
So this is where we get to have our fun.
Yeah.
The first time they set me through this, they put you through these things that you have to go through. I mean, they make people dress up as women and perform. They make you do everything that you would hate. It's like going through initiation in a fraternity.
Yeah.
And when I say initiation, I mean putting all kinds of that nasty food. They put it in your clothes. I don't mean on them. I mean in them. Pull the back of your damn jeans back and dump in some old nasty potatoes, some funky rice. If you had some seafood, some shrimp, all this fermented stuff, they put it in it. And trust me, at that time we could touch it. They rub it in and make it. You know what it's like walking down that thing with fermented shrimp. And then they pour the liquid stuff that's left over, your head, your clothes, everything. And all you can say is, "Thank you, sir. Can I have another?"
Yeah.
If you mess up, you start again.
Yeah.
And once they finish this, and the BTs, they come up there and put roller bearing grease in your hair. Now, this is not that WD-40 crap. This is that stuff they put on trucks when they put the trucks together, and it's got to connect. This is that black hair grease. This stuff will burn you. They put it in your hair, on your body, on your clothes. Now, after they finish doing this, they put you into one of those huge yellow blow tubes that you see Con Ed, back in the day, Con Ed, when they got to put air down in the sewer. All the rest of that nasty food, they put in that tube. That tube is a good 15 to 20 feet. You got to crawl through it with them rolling you around in it, kicking you, doing everything else. And all you can scream is, "Thank you, sir, and I have another." When you get out the end of that tube, you become a shellback. Now you have to run down that other side of the ship. This is before the women did it. The other side of the ship, discard your clothes over the side of the ship. They hose you down outside to get the rest of that crap off, and then you have to go take a shower, put on your new jeans, your work jeans, and go to work.
Yeah.
And then they give you your certificate.
Yeah. And they spray after that. They got to spray the ship down because they got to do a freshwater wash down. They turn all the sprinklers on, man, and get all that goop and jack and crap off of it.
Oh,
yeah. How long do you think the whole episode lasted?
Oh man, that to hose it down.
No, from beginning to the end.
That was depending on who it was. That was either half to watch or a quarter to watch.
Yeah.
Depending on how bad you were, because sometimes you may be so traumatized you can't even make it to watch. But if somebody's a golden shellback who's been through it previously, they're gonna whoop.
Yeah, they had your name. They told me the good thing about me was
he was big.
What was the chief name? Curly? Cooley. Me and Cooley started talking. I told him, I said, I wasn't gonna do it. And he said, look, I'm gonna walk you through. And I said, okay, man, if they mess with me, I'm coming after you. He said, he did a lot of stuff. When they got ready to do it, he said, I got him. And they could pull straight people out and walk them through. So I didn't get all the stuff like.
Okay, they had no rank. You didn't have good full rank.
So I didn't get all that stuff. I walked through a lot of stuff. I went through the tube, but they didn't kick me and roll me around in it. I got funky, but a lot of stuff that he went through, Cooley saved me. He pulled me through a lot of it. So
he went through some of it, I think.
Yeah, he went through it, but yeah, because I told him I wasn't gonna do it. He was like, "Man, you gonna regret it." I'm like, "Hey, I ain't doing it." So then he taught me into doing it. So, but yeah, that's it. So now,
when the women came on board, it was like they shut the shit down and gave us a rundown what we can and cannot do. I'm talking about if we're talking slang about what we did out there and the women come in, you got to stop the conversation. But that's another story. When the women, there were some girls that wanted to go through it, and they went through it. And just because they had the guts to come up there and do that stuff, we gave them a pass sometimes. We gave some nice stuff, and we made sure that they didn't mess up their hair or put that stuff down in their clothes. Because that would have seriously hurt.
But it turned into a wet t-shirt competition too. So they took the holes and they would make them stand by because even though they didn't go through a lot, they put them up against the wall and they just kept wetting them and wetting them. What y'all doing? And the CEO didn't say nothing until after a minute. He looked and he was like, "All right, y'all can stop it now. Y'all can stop it now." And then like 10 minutes after, they just sit up there with their arms up in the air like this.
But they were team players. They were team players. They had our respect. When we go out there and they out there, we see some acting up, we had their back. They was my brother, we had their back.
Now, one thing I can say, we fought against each other. Now, I don't know why everybody wanted to fight against us. Dick wanted to fight us, engineer wanted to fight us, bosun mate, everybody wanted to fight us. And so we would fight each other tooth and nail. But when we get off that boat and we see somebody messing with another deck person or an engineer or an ops person, it's all balls against the wall. Because we going in hard, man. We've been in clubs. We don't been to Australia. We don't got to fight with
Hong Kong with Big Jack
around the world. It closed club down, and man, we come up out of there. They were like, shut it down. Those Americans. We fought, but we was on one team, one fight. It's just like a family. We could fight each other all day long, pull each other eyeballs out, punch each other, bust each other nose. But when we stepped outside that house, you best believe he better not touch neither one of us, because he was just like that. It was a bond, man. That's why I mentioned about the Navy and all the things that we used to do together. My first ship, USS Charleston. I got to get my boy a big O. I know he's looking. I got some other guys on there. We fought tooth and nail on the boat. Dick and calm. We fought like madman. But once we got out that boat and we went somewhere and we was in the club and I'm sitting there and I see a fight break out and I'm half drunk and I look up, I'm like, that's my boys. And we just come out of nowhere, man, and just shut the club down. They start saying, I'm the biggest and I'm always blamed for shutting the club down. I wasn't even, ain't right, man. I didn't do nothing wrong.
No, you didn't.
Nope.
You was just the biggest person there. They was intimidated and they got what they deserved. But like you were saying, we don't care what the fight is. When you step off that boat, it's all for one, one for all. And I say that because we have Marines on there too.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember in Hong Kong, I don't remember what his rank was. I know it was higher than, I think, like EFC. He was an E6, I think. E5, E6. I don't remember what it was in the Marines. But we was out there, and I was short, didn't have the money to get back. Oh, boy, lent me money. One of the Marines lent me money to get what I need to get back. Now, Navy and Marines, you know we don't get along. We fight like you know what. But that man lent me money to get back, and he made sure I got home. And I told him the next day I see you, I'm going to give you this back plus, because he gave me $20. I went down to that burger where everybody hated us. And I told the man, Humphrey, I said, Humphrey, one of your boys helped me out last night. I'm not down here to fight. I want to pay this back to the man, like I said. Old boy came out. I said, man, you helped me last night. This is the 20 that I owe you, and this is the 20 for taking care of me, because the Lord said you should give double what you borrowed. You taught me that lesson.
Man, you know, we was, I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember where was that. But me and you went out together, and we came back separate because we got separated.
Was it Hong Kong?
It wasn't Hong Kong. I think it was Indonesia.
Yes.
And we
got to come back to the ship because we had the uniforms.
Yeah, and we got separated, but I don't know how we got separated. We weren't drunk. We weren't high. You went one place and said, hey, I'm going to try to get a taxi because they kept passing us by then. You finally got a taxi. I got a taxi. We tried to go, but we wound up going back. We made it back on the pier at the same time and got back in, which was cool because I saw your taxi and I think you followed us. But it was crazy how we wound up in 2 different taxis, made it back to the pier at the same time. Because the reason I'm making the story up is those that don't know, it's a buddy system.
Yeah. If
you want to go on Liberty again, you better show back up with your buddy. Because if you don't show up with your buddy and you sign in, when you go to the quarter deck, you sign out together. That's how the Navy kept a contract of us. So we can leave out together like, who's your buddy? Right here, sign right here. You show back up, you sign in, where's your buddy at?
I don't know.
Stay right there. Like, oh man. So
remember I had to bring my sheet back.
Sometimes they get this, they say, okay, he came back early and he signed in with them. What happened? So they'll send it up to the chain of command, and the next morning, Chief, IT1, somebody gonna call you up to the shop. You gonna go up there, they gonna like, so you're a liberty risk. What that mean? You ain't leaving this, you're not living here off this boat anymore while we in port. I'm like, really? Yep, you're a liberty risk. So because you're a liberty risk, one port, you can't go back out in. So most of the time you act a fool gonna be like the last day. And if you leaving out that last day, you don't want to act a fool because that next port, they're gonna put you down as liberty risk. You ain't going nowhere.
What port would that be? Singapore? Bali? Thailand? Jakarta?
If we were put in on a Thursday, if we put in on a Thursday, we put out on a Monday. If we put in on a Friday, we put out on a Tuesday. We always had 4 days in port, and we was on the blue gate. We pulled in every week. It might be 10 days is the max we'll do underway and stand out to sea, but we're gonna pull in every other week or every 10 days. We're gonna pull in the port. It got so bad that the admiral had to come on the 1MC and said, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Bali today. We're gonna be in Phuket tomorrow, and we're gonna be in Hong Kong within 3 weeks. Please do not spend all your money in the first port. That's how bad it was. People were spending money left and right. This stuff was dirt cheap, and I'm telling you, we was broke. I was like, hey, what's this out here? You slushing? I was like, slushing? Loan sharking. I don't know what you're talking about. I pay dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm slapping. You remember that, don't you?
No, I was right under your rack, so there's no way I could run or hide. Whenever you come out, John Coffee come out. Yo, Lex, thank you. I appreciate this.
Look, we were in boot camp. We had this guy. I ain't gonna call no name now. He would run around and he would slap people in their sleep. And then you hear, yo ho ho ho.
I'm lucky I never caught that guy. That sounded like something he would do.
Man, when you hear that sound, everybody start putting their covers over their head, taking their pillow. Because when you hear that, and then you hear, it was so
you can't do nothing but laugh. I never got caught by it.
I'm gonna tell this one, then we gonna close it out. So I was a kid. He was the Karen before Karen came out. He always tell he always telling, crying. He always went and report. They making noise. I'm trying to go to sleep. They over there talking, and they playing cards at night, and they playing dice, blah 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 blah. So the blankets, the itchy blankets that we had when we had an itchy blanket on. He had his gloves on, and he had a ski mask. So you hear yo ho ho ho, and then everybody get quiet, look around there. You hear. So this kid gets up. He goes to the mesh of the watch, and his whole face had a hand. You see my handprint? This what he had on his face, a whole handprint on his face, and his eyes swole shut. And mesh of the watch said, "Was you dreaming?" He said, "Look at my face." No, I wasn't dreaming. He said, "Somebody hit me." I'm like, man, the Phantom Slapper has done it again.
Things happen underway.
No, that was in A school. In A school. So look. If y'all don't know who the Phantom Slapper is, y'all should report that dude, man. Because that dude did some terrible things when he was in boot camp in A school. Well, A school mostly because boot camp he couldn't get away, but A school that dude was Phantom Slapper.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, awful, man.
That was just so wrong, but it was funny. That was just wrong. I gotta go back and medicate again. I just threw my medication to Phantom Slapper. I forgot about that. Our stuff was in boot camp when we used to tie people down with dental floss.
Dental floss.
And you know the tensile strength of dental floss?
I mean, it not have a lot. It ain't that much. I was 300 yards in there.
Man, a blanket and some dental floss, you can do wonders. You saw what they did in Full Metal Jacket with the soap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so you start seeing that water is a lot bigger than what you thought it was. You get humble real quick. I don't care who you never been out to sea. You think you're a man? Wait till you get out there and you see nothing but water and the sun. Oh, you humble real quick.
One thing I miss about the Navy, getting underway and then out in the middle of God's country. Because when you walk out and look, every time I think about it, I hear it. I think about this voice. Boy, you in God's country now.
No radios, no whatever TV we could get in there on a rack or a video that we be watching.
A-Force. A-Force what we used to do. A-Force because they were playing because we get no signal. I'm telling you, you get no. This is it. It's late in the midnight hour. And hey, we're going to come back because we got more to say. And once again, I appreciate you, Mr. Gavin.
Man, stop calling me Mr.
I appreciate your honesty, your loyalty, man. We go way back. It's been, this is 2025. We met back in 1995. And we still been friends since. You know, we don't talk on the regular, but we do more now lately. And but we always keep in contact with each other, talk about our kids, our lifestyles, and what we got going on. So I'm getting ready to retire next year. He's probably gonna work until he's old and dusty, which he already is. So.
Oh, see, I'm telling you, you lost weight, man. I think I can take you.
So this is the funny part that I call him my little older brother. And so people are like, what? I don't understand. How is he your little older brother? I said, he's smaller, but he's older in years over me. I said, so that's why he's my little older brother. And they were like, I guess you can say that. So that's the way we roll. And on that note, we're going to close out, man. Give me some wisdom, brother. Give me some wisdom, man, until next time.
If you get a good friend like that I have right here, stay by their side. Be on their six. Because this man has never dropped me, and a good friend will never drop you. And again, if you're taking the branches, be proud. Do what you're supposed to do. Learn what you're supposed to learn to take care of your people. And don't leave them out there.
Amen. Until we meet again. Peace, double deuces, and we love you.